Okay, so we're starting out with a blackout tattoo here, and then I think we're moving on to something more general interest. But there's a whole lot of fucked up to go around here today. I think this is tattoo fails type situation. So
All right. Says title: Can this scar tissue be tattooed over? It's under blackout from old tattoos, and then it says it's worse when I bend arm, but is that even possible to tattoo color and new design over it? Thanks. Here's a pic.
it's always possible. Literally, like my knuckles were torched, and we were able to tattoo over those.
Yeah, they were like this like kind of like greeny white scar tissue for quite a while.
Yeah, they were like several layers of skin bad.
Yeah, and we've tattooed over similar scar tissue near Rem's foot because that's where he had gotten a infection. And
and you can go over any scar tissue. It's just a little bit more difficult to get color into scar tissue. With that said, this doesn't even. Let me look up here. Does this look fully healed? Like that looks like it's still in some form of healing.
Yeah,
Like
some
it's
spots
pretty like
do.
yeah, it looks like it's pretty fresh if not still healing. And so some of that with time will go down a bit. Obviously there is scar tissue here, but I have worse scarring on me in places that we've tattooed over just fine. The real problem with a cover up with scar tissue is just finding a design that you kind of take the eye away from the like pock kind of undulation of it, like the uprisen parts. So you got to kind of work with your artist on what if you don't want these scars to be visible. Blackout it's a great way to cover things, but it's not really great for hiding scars. It just turns the scars black, and because there's no design of any kind, there's nowhere for anything to hide. So like you'll see a lot of people with like self-harm sleeves, like they'll have a lot of like cut marks on their arms, and then they get blackout, and it's almost like it has a look to it, you know. But with scar tissue you get from old tattoos, the problem is it's in random formations and big chunks.
You'll camouflage it, but it won't go away.
Yeah, so I've got scar tissue on my left inner bicep and then my right outer bicep from some of my first layers, and I can still find that if I look hard, but now because it's kind of been hidden by other designs, you can't really see it. Like no one would be able to see it at a glance, whereas when it was blacked out, especially in certain light, you could really see Spawn's whole face through the blackout, and you could see the outline of that. The first tattoo I ever had on my right shoulder cap deltoid area, it was this little mime outline, and that thing was fucking scarred like crazy, and you could see that whole thing through the blackout. It used to drive me fucking nuts, especially when you take pictures of it. You could see the whole fucking thing, and cameras are like famous for finding things that the eye can't even see. So it's very frustrating because it would pick out scar tissue that you didn't even know you had because it's like trying to find detail or something to focus on. So, but the short answer is like, first, this isn't even close to as bad as I've seen for scar tissue. This is like, I wouldn't say it's nothing, but it's pretty moderate compared to what's out there. And the real trouble is going to be finding somebody who's willing to go over black, right? So it'll be much harder than finding someone that would cover scar tissue, because to this day, like, I don't know how many times a day I have people go, oh, I've got a dark spot on my tattoo and my artist says we can't cover it, or I need to get laser. Like, those are going to be more of your problems. And by the way, don't get laser, because if you have scar tissue and you get laser, it just makes it a whole lot worse. Like, the worst thing to laser is tattoos that already have a shit ton of scar tissue. And it's why I always find it funny when people will go, oh, okay, well, I'm going to laser this tattoo. It's like, you think you got no scar tissue? Most times people are lasering tattoos that weren't done very well.
Yeah.
So what happens is, even if they're able to, and it's a big if, get all the ink out of the tattoo, they're probably still going to see the whole goddamn outline and parts of the shading and stuff, because bad tattoos oftentimes have scar tissue. So there's no real way to eliminate that. There are some creams you can use that maybe will reduce the look of it or kind of take it down a bit, but it's pretty much once it's there, it'll change. Like the scar tissue I have on the Nosferatu on my leg, that has tamed down a lot, but like it's scar tissue now, right? That's gonna be that way, and it's probably never gonna feel the same or look the same as it once did. So bear that in mind for people going through laser to try and get rid of a tattoo. You're probably not gonna fully get rid of it ever, and if you do, it might look even worse. So, yeah. That's what I have to say on that. Let's move to the next one here. We have another terrible condition. Another terrible situation.
More reading. So, another big, long title. These are my tattoos that I don't know what to do with them. This is the YouTube tan fat. Okay. First off, I am a fan of yours. I literally watch your YouTube channel because it is interesting and the intro music gets you excited to see what's next. We'll have to tell Dave.
Well, let's, yeah.
Okay, so I had an American traditional tat sleeve that I did a gothic tribal blast over to. I'm confused what to do next, especially on the inside of my arm. I had dark black crows to begin with, and now the triple black blast over made them even blacker. A coworker told me earlier today that I look burnt, which I know what he meant.
Thanks.
It doesn't bother me, but it's a super dark black now around the outer part of my arm. The crows were done in intense super black. Super black. I've never heard of this one.
Super black.
And the triple black over them. I'm pretty upset myself, but honestly, I didn't really like them anymore. I know you know about this kind of stuff. The tattoo artist I've talked to tells me he wants to put a white wash filigree tattoo to it now. The inside of my arm is the most confusing part, but maybe I should just leave it like
this is
that.
Beginning to sound a bit like the Simpsons episode with Lisa.
Yeah, the hair you love to. It's true though. It's like a really good
perfect example of that. When people just keep adding shit. And
yeah.
It's like, somebody better come into this with a direction at some point.
I always want to say, too, like, I know sometimes it's hard to live with these blackouts, but it's sometimes good to let them settle for a while.
Yeah, well, it's easier.
You
can get after things quick.
You can, but it's just better.
Like, not everybody wants to do this the way I do, or can do.
Yeah.
Like, this was blacked out. And then 5 weeks later, we covered it with color.
Yeah, but your legs were done like years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just so much easier.
It's way easier, and you get a better return on your effort. But for
quicker
people,
return, I
for
feel
people
like.
who are in a hurry, like the earliest I've ever covered black was 3 weeks. My head was completely blacked out and then covered in 3 weeks. And then when I tell people that, they often will almost act like I'm lying or fabricating it, but the whole thing was documented too, right? Like everything on me, like there's no part of this that could be made up. It's all been done on camera. You know, like
yeah, you document everything right after it's done.
Yeah, and so like you can go that road, and what you'll get is you'll have to do your 2 and 3 passes pretty much right away, because early on the black is still very we'll say full in the balance. And then as time goes on, less and less black is there. So if you're doing it fresh black, you have to do so much more legwork early on to establish the color. Where now this has been done 3 times and it's looking pretty good.
It is, yeah.
It's looking better than it should. And most people will tell you that it's impossible. But we know better than that. Most artists don't know better than that. And so you're going to be at the mercy of what they do think. And a lot of times you're going to be fucked because they're not going to be willing to do things that will work. Now, to begin with, everything in here is so small. Like, it's just, you need almost like a factory reset.
Right.
I can't even imagine just trying to put a white filigree over this.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the guy said. He was going to do some kind of a white filigree over this. There's filigree already in there. You're just gonna place a big piece of it on top of this? Is that the idea?
Like, to me, I'm just like blacking this whole thing out.
What's with
This
this
isn't
line
blacked
here?
out yet, though.
No, well, he hasn't blacked it out.
This is the scratchy black, and he's not sure what to do with this.
I think that this is a very, this is one of those rare cases where, because like normally I would say you have the option of doing a full like black and opaque cover up, but this is just such a unique mess of shapes and colors and fucking a little bit of everything, black and gray, color, lines, no lines, like. Even doing this with like an Andre Makishi type situation is going to be difficult, where you just do like a whole new tattoo over top of it. I think that this is honestly a best case candidate for Blackout.
Like a full blackout.
Yeah, like no fucking around. Like this needs a factory reset.
I actually fully agree with you.
It's just too much on the brain to think about like where you would put things.
I'm wondering if this is the artist trying to say this is how good the white is going to look.
Well, I mean, it really could.
It could, but it'll be even better if you create a new canvas and black everything out.
It's such a mess that like anything further that you add that doesn't get rid of what's already here is a mistake.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't just keep fucking stacking shit on top of itself.
And like I realized like it's really intimidating to jump into
Until you do
blackout. But the thing that's like pretty crazy is like people fall in love with it, and we've seen it multiple times at the shop where they're like, yeah, I'm gonna do a blackout and then I'm gonna do this, and then they're like they love it.
Terry last year did like a blackout calf piece, and the idea was to do all this shit over top of it. And the guy is literally like, well, I like the blackout. I'm going to sit with the blackout.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him or heard from him since.
No, because it's the same with like Ashes.
Way better. Yeah,
loves the blackout.
She's going to end up with the whole fucking blackout bodysuit, that girl.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame her. I'm looking at my one arm and thinking, oh, yeah.
Every time that should be black 3 years ago. Yeah, no, every time Ashlyn adds a new tattoo to her leg, it's become a bit of a joke. I'll just tell her to add the dumbest shit to her leg. I'm like, hey, you may as well add this carrot to your leg, because like it's all going anyway.
That's what legs are for.
Well, but it doesn't matter, because all of it's gonna be black one day anyway. You may as well fuck around and have fun. Like it's literally all gonna get blacked out. Terry was doing a tattoo on her one time, and I was like, hey Terry, you should just get the fucking like, you should do the tattoo, take the picture, and then immediately start blacking it out, because it's gonna go that way anyway. Right? A lot of times when people start blacking things out, they end up doing far more of it than they thought they would. And I, honest to God, I think that what's here is not worth trying to save. Right? It's just such a fucking mess. And you'd be so much happier with a blackout. Like this is... Like you've had several crimes committed against you.
Well, and, like so, like I mean, that's my. If you came in for a consultation with me, or with anybody in our shop, we would all tell you the exact same thing.
Well, I mean, anyone who didn't is a liar.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's no one that's, unless you're going to, like I said, like an Andre Makishi, or a Mr. Ray's maybe.
I mean, and like. For context, guys, like we do
cover-ups every day.
Cover-ups. We're probably one of the only shops in our city that really is very willing.
Yeah,
to do them.
it's such a giant mess.
Well,
like you can't just place something over this.
I've dealt with some pretty fun tiny messes. I haven't done any giant messes yet. I have a giant mess coming my way. Well, it's like
we're willing to do some crazy shit here, but like that brick wall on that dude's back that was turning into a maple leaf thing.
Yep.
The reason why that was doable is because none of it was solid.
Right.
Whereas a lot of this is actually solid.
Right.
So it makes it harder. And also, that was all soft black and gray. This has got color. This has got lines. Like it's all over the fucking roadmap. Yeah, I just think
like if you bulldoze it over with black, like even a single pass, a double pass is better.
Oh, this will need a double pass.
And like...
Yeah, this is too much weird shit.
It's just like it opens up your options. Then you're not just slapping white filigree over top of it. You can do anything.
Yeah, you can do anything over top of blackout. This you can do almost nothing over.
I mean, and it has like a bit of a muted look, but it looks good.
I've had people go, they'll point to some like shit that, okay, well, how come you can't just put the new tattoo over top of that? Well, because everything in here is a different value, right? So all of those different values will show through whatever you put
And
over
it's
top
also
of it.
like, it makes it, and like tattoo artists that aren't blacking stuff like this out and are just trying to blast it over are giving themselves more work because
No,
it's
it's way
so
more work.
hard. Like
But-
cover-ups, it's like you put your stencil on and it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Yeah,
that's-
but it also just won't ever look as good.
yeah, like
Because everything will be of a different value.
Dave ran into this the other day. He's covering up his own skull on his leg with another skull.
Yeah.
And
wow.
he's like, the stencil, like, he can't figure out what's going on with his own stencil.
Yeah, and then it's not as easy to pack opaques as he thought it was.
No.
So that basically did nothing. But anyway, it's easier to work from a dark base and have all your colors and tones be the same value than it is to work from 9, 10, 13 different fucking values and try and get them all to be the same one in the end.
Right.
Like it should intuit to people, but for some reason it doesn't. So I always just want to run that down real quick. And yeah, I think that this is one of the best clear-cut examples of when you should black something out that we've seen in a while.